You are welcome again to Reservation Mathematics Institute, the home of the transformation of the abstract nature of mathematics into concrete concepts. If today is the first time of watching and viewing this channel, you're welcome once again. This is a platform where we simplify the abstract nature of mathematics using what we have in our environment for you to understand the deeper understanding of mathematics as a course. And in this video, we will continue with the algebraic processes, which involves the substitution of values for an expression. This is algebraic processes, substitution of values. From this substitution of values, we can easily understand that we have to underline the values and also substitution. Before we relate this to mathematics, let's briefly look into a general explanation of this. What do you understand by a value? A value is just the cost of a particular thing. We are going into mathematics bit by bit, the cost of a particular thing. And the substitution involves substituting, inserting the value, the cost of that particular thing in a particular expression. And what do you understand by expression? Expression is the combination of like and unlike terms with an operator that's a separator. But when we are using the use of English, expression is just the way we talk. The market. I'm trying to express myself. When you go to a grocery store, you point to a marker. I need 2 markers, 2 cartons of Indomie. You begin to name the items you want. And it is until you get to the cashier's point, that is when you'll be able to know the value of all you have picked. Assuming you have picked 2 markers, 7 cartons of Indomie, 3 wristwatches, 1 bag. You begin to itemize those things you have picked. You can see that 2 markers, 7 cartons of Indomies, 3 wristwatches, 1 bag. And you keep rolling, going to the cashier's point. Immediately you get to his or her point of that payment, automatically you get the value for the markers, get the value for the carton of Indomie, get the value for the wristwatch, and get the value for the bag. You are not getting value for the bags. You will only get the value for a bag, get a value for a wristwatch, and the number of wristwatches you have bought shows that what you have made to pay as a value for the 3 wristwatches you have picked. So at this point now, let's assume the marker is 10 naira. 1 marker is 10 naira. You have picked 2. That means you are paying 20 naira. 20 naira. Assuming a carton of Indomie is 1,000. You are picking 7. That means you are paying 7,000 naira. 3 wristwatches. Let's assume 1 is 8,000. 3 is 24,000 naira. 1 bag, let's assume is 800, 8,000. You are picking 1 bag, you have to be what? 8,000 naira. You have itemized what you have picked, and the value for all you have picked is in sum total. That is the amount you have to pay. But note, the value for each item you have paid has a value. And the number of items you have paid has to be multiplied by the number of items, by the thing you have, the item you have picked. So the item you have picked, that is 10 naira. That is the only thing that has value. Multiplied by the number of that items gives that value. So this is just a preface of the substitution of value in a normal sense, which is the concrete sense. But how does this go with mathematics? Let's relate the same thing you have done here in a mathematical form, and let's see. Let's look into this. We have the marker be x. And we have said in the foundation of this platform that an object is a variable. This is a variable, s. This is an object, marker. You have represented this marker to be s, which makes it to be mathematical. So let the carton of Indomie be white. Let that of the wristwatch be z. Let that of one bag be k. We can see that we have tried as much as possible to code those items with a variable, and those variables are alphabets. So S, Y, Z, K. And note, we have only represented just one. The item alone, not the items. We can see two markers. We are talking about the object itself. Multiplication of the objects is the same thing as multiplication of terms. By the time you multiply 2 by s, now relating this to the platform we've created for this, we have two markers. We have a 2s. How many cartons? 7y. 3z. 1k. 1k is the same thing as k. We can see that this has led to term. The multiplication of a term with a constant being a number is still a term, or with a variable is a term. So 2 times s is 2s, which is a term. That takes us to the foundation of these algebraic processes. And 7y is a term, 3z is a term, 1k is a term. Let's represent that with 1 for simplicity. So those are the things you have gone for in the grocery store and has been represented in a mathematical form. This is the concrete aspect. It has been represented using the abstract nature. So how can we try as much as possible to transform this to the substitution of values in mathematics? So we have said that unless s, the value, let the value of s be what? 10 naira. Y be 1,000. The wristwatches Z be what? 8,000, and K be what? 8,000. Do you know that we are speaking we are using the use of English at this point. Let the value of S be 10. That B simply means that let it be equals to, let Y be equals to, let Z be equals to, and let K be equals to this. Automatically, these are the values for the items. And these are the mathematical representation of those items you have listed. And now, how do you get the sum total of all you bought? So, in so doing, that getting the sum of the items you bought means that you are adding up all those things you bought. The goods you expressed yourself with by taking from the shelf before being transported to the cashier's point. So mathematically now, we have it to be 2s plus 7y plus 3z plus k. This is the expression. That is the mathematical expression of those items you have picked from the shelf. At this point, we're not looking into the value of the expression. That's the expression of 2s plus 7y plus 3z plus k. That is the expression. And we have the value for each variable being an item you are choosing from the shelf in the grocery store. We have our S is 10 plus 7, Y is 1000 our Z is 8000 plus our K is 8000. This is now 2 times 10 is 20 plus 7 times 1000 is 7000 plus 24,000 plus 8,000. This is 15,000. 15 plus 24, that is 39. 39,000 and 29. 39,029. That is the sum for all the items you picked on the shelf when it goes to store. And this is the amount, this is the value of the naira you have to give to the cashier at the point of payment. This is just a preamble of an introduction to the substitution of values, where we have transformed the grocery store concrete analysis into an abstract model. This is it. And we have tried as much as possible to simplify this so that we'll be able to compare what you have done with the total cost, total value that must be paid at the cashier point with what you have done mathematically here. Thank you.